What's up, y'all? Did you know that the Prisma Alien Fake collab is out right now? And speaking about collabs, I'll be talking about two new ones that I want to see in Grand Summoners. Let's go. Number 1. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think it'll work really well in Grand Summoners. The characters from that series that can turn into units are Part 3 Jotaro Kujo, Part 3 Joseph Joestar, Part 3 Dio, and Part 6 Pucci. The reason for this is because Joseph Joestar is the grandfather of Jotaro Kujo, while Dio and Pucci are friends. It'll be like a whole good versus evil type deal. Now let's talk about the type of units they'll be. I can see Dio being a dark unit because he is evil and the protagonist for Part 3. His skill could be using his stand's hands to do a punch. His arts could be him bringing out his stand fully to do a set of heavy punches. His true arts can be throwing the knives. Once you ascend him, he'll become Super Dio and his super arts will be to stop time. In that stop time, he'll do a barrage of punches. Once he is done, time will resume. That will be Dio's moveset, but let's move on to Jotaro. I can see Jotaro being a light unit since he is a good guy and the protagonist for Part 3. His skill would be to do a quick punch. This can be a reference to his Part 4 self. His arts will be bringing out his stand to do a barrage of kicks. His true arts will be his stand doing the iconic Ura Ura barrage. His super arts will be him stopping time and having that golden aura surrounding him. And then after that, he will just do the iconic Ura Ura barrage. And then after that, time will resume. So that is Jotaro's moveset. But now let's talk about Joseph Joestar. I can see him being a fire or earth unit because of Hamon, since Hamon has those type of properties. He can be a support unit. And how can he be a support unit? Well, I'll explain shortly. First, let's talk about his skills. So his skill could be using clackers that's filled with Hamon and throwing it at the opponent. This can be a reference to his Part 2 self. His arts could be using Hamon to create a barrier. This could also be a reference to his Part 2 self. His true arts will be using his stand, which is called Hermit Purple, to wrap his team in, which would cause a healing effect. Or it could also cause a defense buff type effect. His super arts will be using Hermit Purple to wrap around the enemy and cause damage. So that's how he could be a support unit. But now let's talk about Pucci. I can see him being a dark unit because he is also evil and he has done some shady stuff. His skill could be him doing a one punch with his stand, Pale Snake. His arts could be using his Pale Snake to do a barrage of punches. His true arts could be controlling gravity. His ascended form could be him standing up with his new stand, Made in Heaven, in front of him. His super arts could be him moving super fast around the enemy and ending the attack with a single punch. Those are all the JoJo's characters and their movesets. Now let's move on to the final one. Number 2. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. This series can work very well with Grand Summoner. It's an isekai anime, so it has elements of RPG games. The characters I can see turn into units are Diablo, Shira L. Greenwood, Ram Galu, and Krebskullum, or Krem for short. I know I butchered some of those names. Sorry about that. Now let's talk about the type of units they could be. Diablo could be a dark unit because he is a demon lord, but he can be light unit because of his kind-heartedness, and also he is the protagonist of the series. I can see him being an arch generator or a nuker, similar to that of Ainz. His skill could be Dark Bullet. His arts could be Flare Burst. His true arts could be White Nova. And then his super arts could be Hercules Lance. So that is Diablo's moveset. Now let's move on to Shira L. Greenwood, or Shira for short. She could be an earth unit, and she could be a support type unit. I couldn't really find much else for Shira, and same thing for Ram, so sorry about that. But now Ram could be a light unit, and she could be a support type unit as well. But now let's move on to Krem. Krem could definitely be a dark unit because she is literally a demon lord. She could function kind of like Emmy and transform into a boss-like unit and do some boss-like attacks. Her skill in this boss mode type transformation would be to do multiple punches. Her arts could be to do this mouth blast, which is called Darkness Breath. Her true arts could be doing this multi-lightning attack. That is what I think her moveset could be. Also, I don't know if boss-like units could be ascended and have super art, so I won't include it here. So, those are the characters and the series that I want to see in Grand Summoners. Let me know what you think, and also let me know what new series that you want to see collaborate with Grand Summoners. Anyways guys, that's it. See ya.